I mean, I can run the numbers as many times as you want me to, but I'm not saying there'll be a different result. You're gay. I told you.
Hey, I see you've got a pimple there.
Yeah.
Can I squeeze it?
No. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you later. You still have that pimple there. Can I squeeze it now?
No, I prefer not.
Okay. Maybe later.
I'm sorry, but is this necessary? Is this necessary? What the frig is this?
What did you do?
Why are you guys laughing?
What did you
I don't know what I did.
You broke the bomb. Look, you got
Well, next time you put gas.
What?
Why you have me doing it? You're the man. You should be doing it.
You're the stubborn one, hard-headed.
Man, what kind of man are you?
I told I was gonna do it
What
later.
kind of man are you? You should have been doing that.
And
Not
I told
me.
you I was gonna do it
Now
later.
look what happened.
That's your fault. Don't blame me for that.
I blame you.
Oh, hello. Did you think I was the Grim Reaper on Casual Friday here to steal your soul, but wear all denim doing it? Well, don't worry. It's just me, Emily, and I'm wearing this. It's from Target. Okay. So this is an all black denim dress. And I guess my question for Target is where in the country is it currently cool enough that you could wear this comfortably? Is this like wishful thinking? Like we're pretending global warming's not happening and there's some little corner of the United States left where black long sleeve denim is appropriate to wear in May? Maybe there is. I don't know. All right. So what do I look like? I look like I'm gonna marry Michael Myers. This is exactly what Michael Myers' bride would wear, for sure. What's the back of me look like? I'm scared. Let's find out. If I kind of ball my hands up and keep my sleeves down, I look like that one hot dog that gets so burnt, but your uncle still eats it, even though it's the equivalent of smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, which is exactly how you want to look from behind. Um, you know, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this. I look like a country and western dominatrix. Um, and if you have this and this works for you, I'm so happy for you. It doesn't work for me, but I am glad that I now have something to wear if I ever have to attend a horse's funeral.
We are returning a 2.5-year-old couch to Costco.
So we bought the couch from Costco 2.5 years ago, right before we had Santiago. And I don't know why I was so nervous. I think maybe because like it's been that long, but like we bought it from Costco. So
I do want to premise it is very intimidating going in there with a big giant purchase and you're returning it. So it's like very intimidating. There's a lot of people staring at you, but who cares? Return it. They have an awesome return policy. Definitely look online. I don't think you can do it on electronics, cigarettes, alcohol, but buy your furniture from Costco, girl. You can return it when you don't like it anymore. Okay, I didn't get to film after because we were in a rush and stuff, but when I got up there, I already knew the date that I had bought it because I had taken a photo of when we were bringing it up to our apartment at the time because I was pregnant and I couldn't lift it. So luckily I knew the date. I told her around the date that I bought it. She looked it up in the computer, told me exactly which one it was. She found the like online, whatever she looked at. And then she goes, okay, cool. And that was it. She just asked me if there was anything wrong with it or I just didn't want it or like it anymore. And I said I just didn't like it anymore, which is we just don't like the color anymore. And they gave us our refund, full refund to his card. So yeah, it worked.
So whenever people find out I have the world's largest mouth, there's always one guy who's always going to say, well, what's the biggest thing you've ever put in your mouth? And if they're kind of being weird, normally I'll just say, I don't know, probably your dad. And this guy goes, well, my dad's dead. So I said, yeah, I know. It took me a really long time to dig him up.
Do not kiss your guy best friend.
I don't know who needs to hear that today, but
Like, I'm gonna start listening to women now. Get over here, Ricky.
Filter challenge.
And then I went to Walmart's, and the cashier there was this black girl. You know, very black. She had the black skin, the black hair, you know.
I know what black people look like, yes.
Okay, sensitive. I'm just telling you about this girl who was the cashier. Anyway, then we needed help, so we got a manager. The manager was this Mexican lady, okay?
How did you know she was from Mexico?
Okay, gosh, isn't that where they're all from? You know, they're speaking the dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. You know what I'm talking about, a Mexican person. Jeez. So then we go to eat, and our waiter was this Indian guy. But I wasn't sure if it was like Indian with the dot or Indian like how. You know what I mean? I just couldn't tell the difference. One of those Indians, you know what I mean?
Why do you have to go into such great detail about the race and ethnicity of every person you saw?
Oh my gosh, I'm just describing my day. This is just me describing my day.
Did you see any white people?
I mean, I guess. I don't see...
Who are the Bay Boys? The Bay Boys are described as a local surf gang in Lanada Bay that are known for their aggressive localism. They're said to be America's most notorious surfer gang. The Bay Boys started in the 60s and are self-described as a surfer family. Over the years, they've claimed the Lanada Bay beach and are known to be super territorial when people try to surf at the beach or use it. Multiple people have come out saying that their tires got slashed when they tried to surf at the beach, or they got egged, or that the Bay Boys would throw rocks at them. An anonymous person came through and said, you've got to go down there, make sure everyone has already gotten their waves, and then finally put your suit on, paddle out. After someone has gone in, you sit on the inside for a little bit and you paddle out little by little. It's a whole ordeal. And that's if you're brave enough to actually go down there. 2 years ago, I got jumped by 5 dudes because I cut off a dude. They said, it's time to get your beat down. The Bay Boys even created their own little rock fort. Bay Boys excluding others from using the Lanada Bay Beach totally goes against the California Coastal Act. This is a statewide act that says that there is no such thing as a private beach in California and they can be used by everyone. This has been going on for so many years, and PV was actually sued at one point because people believed that the police were just turning a blind eye when it came to the Bay Boys. In 2016, there was a federal class action where people came forward with their experiences with the Bay Boys, and a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit in 2018. However, their fort was removed, and PV police claim that the Bay Boys are no longer. However, people claim that the fort is being rebuilt. I know my boyfriend doesn't surf at this beach because his friends have gotten their tires slashed to this day, so I don't really know what's going on. Pretty messed up that people can't use the beach, but let me know what you think. Bye!
I was 8 years old when I found out what a poop knife was. I don't know what a poop knife is. That's perfectly fine because I didn't know what it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I tell this story to a bunch of people and they still look at me like, I'm sorry, what? So I'm 8 years old and my friend Brittany asked me to spend the night and I'm like, heck yeah, I love Brittany. And she has an older brother who's like 13, who's a skateboarder, who was like so hot, and I was like obsessed with him. So it's like win-win. I get to hang out with Brittany and I get to stare at her brother, which I don't know, his name might have been Kyle or whatever. So anyways, go over to her house, we get there, and she was like rich. She had a 2-story and a pool and a movie room, and I'm like, living the best life, because at that point in time, that was not the life I was living. So anyways, we're at her house, everything's fine. She has like a whole closet worth of snacks, and I'm just like, because if you're someone who grew up without a snacks in their house, you're just like, when you go over to your friends that has them, like everything is just like, wow. So automatically I'm thinking like, this house is the most amazing house I've ever seen. Like, oh my goodness, I'm just like in awe. And we walk past the laundry room and I notice that there's a knife on a rope hanging on the wall, and I look and I'm like, that's weird, but I don't say anything about it because honestly I'm having a good time and I don't want to ruin the vibe. It goes on, everything continues, everything is great. Completely forget about the knife on the rope in the laundry room until the morning comes and we're all eating breakfast and the brother's downstairs too with us and we're eating breakfast, having a good time, and then he goes upstairs and we're just sitting there watching cartoons, eating cereal, whatever, and you hear him from the top of the stairs or from like the bathroom upstairs saying, "Mom, I need the knife." And I look at my friend, I'm like, "What?" And my friend said, like, looks at me, doesn't even like really register that I look confused, and she goes, "Mom, don't worry, I'll get it." She goes into the laundry room, she grabs the knife off the wall and goes upstairs. She comes back down without the knife, sits down like nothing happened, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, where's the knife?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "You walked upstairs with the knife, you walked back downstairs without the knife. Where's the knife on the rope?" And she's like, "Oh, my brother's using it." And I'm like, "For what?" And she's like, "It's a poop knife." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what's that? Like, what's a poop knife?" This girl, so calm, cool, and collected, goes, "Oh, you know when your poop's too big to flush, you just slice it with the knife." I have never been so shocked in my life because there are so many questions like, why is this a thing? Why is this such a big problem that we have a literal designated knife to it? What's the sanitation process like? Why don't we just keep it in the bathroom? Why don't we just have one designated knife per bathroom? All of those things. And she like said this to me, like, this is a completely normal thing, that everybody has this, that I'm the weird one for not having it, whatever. And so I just kind of like drop it and I like don't bring it back up, and I go home, and on the way home I asked my mom, "Mom, why don't we have a poop knife?" And she looks at me, and listen, Kimberly has a lot of flaws. She has a lot of flaws. However, she did say in that moment, "You are never spending the night at that girl's house again." And I said, "Okay, Mom, sounds good." I never spent the night at Brittany's house again. She came over to my house a couple of times. Did not look at that brother the same after that one. Once you find out that your crush has to literally slice his poop in half so that it flushes, it really changes some things for you. But yeah, did you find out anything weird in your childhood that people do? Because I still think about the fact that I never have figured out how they sanitize it, and it just sat in their laundry room on a rope. Also, how did they get a hole into the knife to hang it on a rope? There's so many questions that are just forever left unanswered.